11th. I'm Vikki Rude with Vikki Rude Coaching, and this is my mindful minute of the day. And it's actually usually several minutes, so the title is deceiving. It says, to speak and embrace. The dream is awakened when thinking, I love you, and life begins when saying, I love you. And joy moves like blood when embracing someone with love. Though life sometimes begins in the head, the full body of joy cannot be known. We all have experienced this difference. Simply recall the first time in adolescence that some other stirred you, the first time the presence of another moved you from being the center of the universe. Recall the strange but moving sense swimming in your head, leaving you unable to extinguish his or her face from your mind. Like a flicker given air, recall how the real and troubled life of flame began as soon as a word was spoken. It is the same with how we dream or love ourselves or struggle with our belief in God. Kept swimming in my head like flickers, never settling us aflame. It has taken a lifetime to learn this. As the fire of music awakens the soul of a composer, love sounds within us where no one else can hear. And just as composers must wrestle out the language by which their songs can be played, we must struggle to pronounce our love. All to have our arms rise like flames off the page. It is a difficult challenge to speak and embrace in a world that so thoroughly trains the mind. Yet trouble intensifies if not given air. As we live out our days, the imperceptible breath between thinking and saying and embracing can only seem like a canyon impossible to cross. This is why we have invoked the myth of Cupid for centuries, to remind us of that fluttering presence that somehow pierces our confinement of thinking, forces us to speak and embrace. We each carry the bow within us, and while the arrow hurts, our casing of thought is broken, forcing us to tremble. Yet it is true, I confess, I have thought great thoughts and sung great songs, all of it rehearsal for the majesty of being held. Meditate while holding a stone and invite the presence of everything larger than you. Breathe slowly and let this presence shape your thoughts. Breathe deeply and let this presence, now wrapped in thought, vibrate in your throat. With one word, name this presence. Pronounce it out loud. Practice embodiment by feeling the presence of the universe in both you and the stone as you think and pronounce and touch all at once. And sometimes words can't define what we feel, and especially when it comes to love. And the idea that we're all connected, and rocks and trees and humans and birds. And it does, for me, as we live out our days, imperceptible breath between thinking and saying. So many things that I think that I don't say, or too many things that I say without thinking. And saying and embracing can often seem like a canyon impossible to cross. Sometimes saying how you feel seems like there's no way I should say this, but sometimes saying it is the only option you have. I love this reading. Thank you so much. This is from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. Speaking of good books, there's a wonderful book called The Four Agreements, and I will be hosting on Zoom a workshop for 4 weeks, which will be held from 10 in the morning to 11:30 Central Standard Time. And if you're interested in taking the workshop, it's called A Walk Through the Four Agreements. You could check out my website at vikkirude.com and you can learn more there. So check it out and have a wonderful day. Be blessed, be well, be kind to yourself and others. Namaste.